Here's a story that's playing out at thousands of organizations right now, and most of them don't even know it yet. Someone's Connect Secure instance sitting behind a firewall they thought was enough just became the front door for an attacker who didn't need a key, didn't need a password, and didn't need permission. It's April 13th, 2026. This is ThreatCast, and let me rewind to explain how we got here. Ivanti published an advisory for CVE 2026-18903, a critical severity auth bypass vulnerability in Connect Secure with a CVSS score of 9.1. That's a critical rating, and I don't mean the marketing kind where everything is critical. I mean the actual your weekend just got canceled kind of critical. Ivanti making the list again, and honestly at this point they should just sponsor this channel because the content practically writes itself. For context, this isn't exactly new territory for Ivanti. EPMM, Connect Secure, Policy Secure, a permanent fixture on the KEV list, and a recurring character in our little security soap opera. But today's entry in the saga is particularly nasty, so here's how the attack actually works, and I'm going to walk you through it step by step, because understanding the mechanics matters. The attacker identifies a Connect Secure instance that's exposed to the network. That's step one, and it's trivially easy because tools like Shodan and Census make finding these things about as difficult as a Google search. Step two, they craft a request that exploits the auth bypass flaw. No credentials needed, no fancy zero-day chain, just a single, well-formed request that takes advantage of how Connect Secure processes certain inputs. Step three, they're in. Full auth bypass on the target, and from there, it's lateral movement, data exfiltration, persistence mechanisms, and all the other things that turn a single vulnerability into a full-blown incident that keeps your IR team busy for weeks. And this is the part where the abstract becomes concrete, because vulnerabilities don't exist in a vacuum. CISA has already added this to the known exploited vulnerabilities catalog, which means we're past the should we worry about this phase and deep into the people are actively getting compromised phase. Federal agencies have a binding directive to patch, but if you're in the private sector, don't mistake the absence of a mandate for the absence of a threat. The organizations that patch this week will be fine. The organizations that wait for their next maintenance window are gambling, and the House always wins. On the compliance side, identification and auth and access control are both affected here, and that's not one finding. That's two separate control family hits from a single CVE. Your auditors are going to love this, and by love, I mean they're going to ask you about it in excruciating detail during your next assessment. So start documenting your remediation timeline now. CISA is already giving federal agencies a hard deadline on this one, and honestly, you should give yourself an even earlier one. Patch Connect Secure now, not because the government told you to, but because the attackers aren't waiting for your change control board to meet. So that's CVE 2026-18903, a critical severity bug with a simple exploit path and massive potential impact. The patch exists. Your move. That's the brief. Like, subscribe, and I'll keep doing the security reading so you don't have to. See you next time.